All right, hey guys. It is 11:18, and I know it's like this is the second day in a row where I haven't recorded until really late in the evening. Um, I mean, okay, so I'll just say I woke up at, I don't know, it was like 9 something. Um, no, it was like 8:30. I was kind of tired, but I was like, okay, I'm fine. Um, I watched like one YouTube video. And I'm like, well, that was kind of stupid, but also it's fine because I gotta go take a shower and get ready to go. I set up all the camera equipment. Well, I say camera equipment. I got everything ready to record a quick video before I left, and then I literally just didn't have time. By the time I was like all ready to go, I'm like, oh, okay, I have like 30 minutes to get there. It's gonna be 25 minutes of drive, so I'm not gonna have time. And then when I went, um, I got my chart done, and it went really well. Um, it's kind of amazing that so this person doesn't know anything about me. Um, doesn't know anything about like my all of the like stuff I've been going through, and the what's it called, uh like all the different videos I watch on like tarot readings and whatnot. And so she's just going in blind, and she's a very sweet older lady. I don't know, it was just she was very nice. And so I get in there, and she starts talking about like my chart and what it's kind of telling her. And then which I have the full recording on my phone. She was like, hey, you should record it on your phone. Originally I was like, you can just record it on the tape recorder. She's like, no, 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 you probably should just record it on your phone. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I have the whole thing so I can go back and listen. um, but like the highlights were kind of the short of it. Most of the stuff that I've been saying, intuitively feeling, and kind of other videos of other people intuitively talking about like stuff for the collective, they all are kind of funneling in to the reading I had, where it was like, okay, you like, number one, you know, you're going to be going out there, and you need to be going and traveling. And I'm like, that's really funny that showed up. Um, Another thing is like, she was like, oh, do you have like a partner or anything, or like a significant other that you are like with? I'm like, no. And she's like, okay. Um, it seems like there's someone coming in along with maybe some sort of soul family. And I'm like, yeah. Like I've been getting told that for a while, either through my own personal readings I've done for myself, or the readings I've seen, um, that just show up for me. uh, and I know when I'm supposed to listen to it because it keeps popping up until I listen to it. And then when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, okay, got it. um, so yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, so there was that, and then kind of like, it's so funny, the timeline of, she was like, okay, so something really interesting is your chart and the current lunar chart match up really well, where it's like this is like your time to be doing a lot of stuff. Um, you kind of went through a period of like build up in the past couple years. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. Um, and then this year, kind of doing a lot of massive changes. And then she was like, in July, a lot of stuff's going to happen for you in July. And I was like, motherfucker. She said the thing that, like, uh, I've been being told is like everything's converging in July, right? I was like June, July, but it's like, I think it's like the beginning of July towards like throughout the whole month of July. Um, and so it was just very interesting. Um, she was also like, hey, you need to not worry about like money and stuff because whatever you do is going to just money will follow you with whatever you do that like fits and you find joy in. That's what you're gonna make. That's how you're gonna make your money. Don't know what that's gonna look like, but she was like, as soon as she kept mentioning like, she was mentioning the idea of like, some sort of like film or YouTube videos. And I'm like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I'm doing stuff like that. And she's like, I don't know why it's like there's the YouTube and the film like in the same like connection there. Um, and then I told her kind of my hypothesis of like, okay, well, I've been getting feelings that when I meet this significant other, wherever this person is, that we're gonna combine together. So like make something like really awesome. Um, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe the significant other has some sort of film thing that they're doing, and that's where the film plus the YouTube combine together in some way. So I don't know. Um, and then I met, so she was like, where do you feel like travel? Like, where's your travel feeling? And I was like, well, Italy keeps popping up. And, she was like, okay. And she, like, did some readings on Italy. And she's like, yeah, the more I kind of look into this, it's like, yeah, you should go there. Um, and then it was actually interesting. Uh, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but it's part of the Italy part. So basically, I didn't know that she only took cash. We hadn't talked about it, so I didn't know. But number one, I was like, okay, like she's really good. She's gonna ask for a lot of money. Because we didn't agree on a specific amount, and I didn't know what she wanted, so I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for whatever. Um, and she was very surprisingly like probably underselling herself, if I'm gonna be honest. So I just kind of rounded up a little bit, but like the so I had to go get cash at a cash machine. Um, so I went and got it, came back, and then she had another client, and so I was like, okay, I'll wait because mine was an hour and a half, so I'm assuming hers is going to be an hour and a half. And so I wait, and then I think maybe her husband or someone that she lives with. I'm assuming it's her significant other, but I'm not too sure. He shows up, and I was like, oh hey, like I wasn't sure, like I have like funds for her to give to her because I was just in a session and I don't know what to do. And because she said that, oh, well, the door's open, but I didn't want to just barge in the middle of her like session. And I figured, okay, well, it's been an hour and a half since the last session, so hopefully they're kind of wrapping it up, so it wouldn't be too awful or to like interfere or barge in or whatever. And she comes out and she's like holding cards in her hand, and I'm like, oh fuck, she was still doing stuff, and so I felt bad. But I ended up giving her the money and everything. I wrote a little note. I was like, oh, thanks for the thing, and smiley face, and you know, um, and then she's like, okay, I've been thinking about the Italy thing more. You really need to go. You really need to go there. Okay, I gotta go. And it was really funny. Uh, and then she's just very nice. I love her, like, just, she's got so much, like, fiery life in there, and yeah, she's very nice. But anyway, so then later she calls me back, uh, and is like, hey, just wanted to say, great reading. It was awesome. You were super consistent on the reading. There was a couple times when like the same cards kept coming out. It was so funny. It was like, I see her shuffling like a lot, and we're talking. She's shuffling. Her deck looks very well used, and it's like, you can tell she's been using the same deck for like 20 years. Um, and so it was great. But yeah, the same cards kept coming out. And I was like, fuck, yeah, like this is the kind of confirmation I really like wanted, because whenever it's general readings, you never know. Like, there's a lot of like me hand waving and like, maybe it's not really for me, even though I know that it kind of intuitively is for me. But then I feel weird about saying that it was for me, so it's the whole thing. So yeah, I that was like a really good experience. So I wrote down Italy on the board. Also, she was like, you really need to um, because I told her about the, like, I want to make like a teaching thing about teaching how I went through my like upgrades in more detail, because I've done the latter part, and I've done my story, but I haven't done a systematic approach that I would go and do if I was like trying to figure it out. That's what the your journey thing is going to be. But yeah, and she was like, yeah, you definitely should like do that, because you have like no blockages. Like, there's nothing stopping you at this point from just whatever you're gonna do. It just happens. So you just need to do the thing that like resonates with you internally. um I'm like, yeah, like I totally agree. So um and I told her about how frustrating and like annoying the like this like middling part is, where it feels like I backtracked even though I know I haven't. It's just falling into old habits, because um effectively I'm in a like I'm here in a space that previous me was in, and so my brain and my mind all want to do previous Tom stuff, but I know that's not conducive for me, and traveling is like what I need to be doing. And something interesting that I didn't even think about Um, she mentioned the idea that maybe the travel to Italy and potentially other places, because I don't think it's just going to be Italy. Um, but the travel there is a part of you understanding and getting a clearer picture for like what you're actually going to be doing. Um, because yeah, I don't know. There's something where it's almost like I'm going there. So she shared this very. I'm not going to share her story, but I'll just say she shared an interesting kind of little story about an experience she had that involved like past life stuff. And, I've already talked to you guys about the past life stuff that I've had and experienced and, whatever. And if you don't know, like, I, I don't know what. I'm trying to think. I have to have labeled it somehow that, like, uh, it was before the trip. It was like day like 80 or something, 80, 70, 80, somewhere, maybe it's like 60s or 70s. Anyway, it's around that like first part, um, where I did a life before life, and there was a whole thing there. Um, but she mentioned the idea that it's very possible me going to Italy could trigger like past life memories or some sort of extra thing that I need to go and experience before I have a better understanding of all the other stuff. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Um, so I think I'm gonna plan on going there once this is all officially done. Um, unless there's a potential that earlier, um, I say earlier, it's like a week or two prior, it's possible that there might be an event that I go to, although I haven't gotten any response yet, and it's been like a week, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, like, if they really want me to go or they're interested, they probably would have like said something already, because they mentioned like we respond within 24 hours. So if they haven't responded within a week, I'm kind of questioning. I might send like maybe another email or message, but uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of unsure because part of me is like, oh, did I fuck up on my email? Maybe I accidentally like typed in an email and typed it in slightly wrong or something, even though I don't think I did, and that's just hopium. um, but there's also the idea that it may not just be the right thing for me, and that's okay. So um, I don't necessarily need to have a specific reason to go. I can just go and see what happens. Um, One thing that I might do though, I gotta talk to my uncle, because my uncle mentioned potential like family out there. So maybe I could connect with this branch family thing that where it's like, you know, just finding out if there's something out there. Because I'm sure there probably is, like, fourth cousins, or I don't know how the family tree stuff works, but, like, maybe like a few generations back, there's a family there still, or something. I don't know. So I'm not really sure how to get in touch with them. I'll have to talk to my uncle. I think, yeah, I'll have to write that down. But oh, right. So okay, so I really love books, like the fantasy books, and I love reading all the fantasy books. I'm thinking, and I've mentioned this before, but something that I really love is talking about the books I'm reading, or just like going over and like explaining the things about the book that I'm like, okay, these are really cool. The system is like this. The da 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 da. Whatever. Dissecting it a little bit. So I think that would be actually a cool side series to make, where it'd be fun, because I'm gonna continue reading books. Um, so maybe what I just do is, whenever I'm reading a book, after, I don't know, like 100 chapters of the book, or 10 hours of the audiobook, or whatever it is, I do like a quick little recap and talk about like what I like and dislike about it, um, as just a side thing, because yeah, I just like it. So I don't know. That seems like a good idea. So uh, why not? Especially because, it's, hey, listen and follow your. She also mentioned writing a few, or reading and writing a few times. Um, and I didn't get a chance to mention that, like, I was like, oh, I've been writing a few books in the past, and like I haven't really like finished the books, but I've gotten pretty far, and every time I stop and I'm like, okay, like I have like 40,000 words or 30,000 words, and like I'm like, well, now that I'm thinking about that book, what I wanted to do for that book, um, I no longer resonate with the storyline that I was going to write for that book. It was basically, it was, sorry, my I had like a hangnail or something, and I thought I like fucked it up. um but so in that book, um that basically the main character is like a mind mage, and the main character makes like a really strong power that he grinds a lot in the beginning, and kind of, he thinks that he's super broken, and then combat happens and he gets fucking demolished and he's like, oh, I'm not broken. But then later he finds out, oh, actually he is kind of broken, but it's like, it's a whole thing. But I wanted to do like a tutorial where there's a system and he has a tutorial and he goes through it, but then kind of do a lot more non-combat stuff later. But I realized that the main character kind of, I don't know, the mind mage stuff really resonated with past me. But now not so much. Like, the way the main character kind of built his powers through effectively building a mind palace, but to an extreme degree. Um, that's how I felt where it's like, well, I'm lonely, so I'm gonna build my own mind palace and do my own stuff internally in my mind. Um, but now I'm like, I don't really want to spend my entire life in my mind. I want to go out and do things and explore and, physically, like, you know, do stuff. um, so, so the mind mage thing doesn't really fit anymore. So I think it would be hard for me to want to write about the mind mage. So, I, if I'm gonna write something, I think I want to like really figure out how I currently exist and understand what would resonate with current me for writing, because I don't want to write just for the sake of writing. I want to write because it fits and resonates in some way where I can like give understandings to the main character and then have the main character explore those things as obviously as a means of storytelling, but also like I think it would be cool to kind of hide some deeper truths and wisdom and stuff that I have kind of uncovered and understand in the book through the main character. Because I've really enjoyed when writers do that, where I'm gleaning insights, and yeah, it's really cool. So, yeah, so that's what I would like to do for the writing, but I don't know when. So, I think once I feel more at ease in this next couple months, and it's so interesting. She mentioned that it's like the start of this like stuff is in July, but the end of this like not settled period is like January or February, um, which is interesting. So I'm like, okay, that kind of coincides with like that's about how long I think I will be able to do the traveling without having to worry too much about, finances. And so I'm kind of like, okay, um, that like that'll give me plenty of time to create through the YouTube and through whatever other mediums I'm going to be creating, um, and then that value that I create through whatever I'm doing, um, maybe someone finds it and is like, wow, this is really cool and we should collab, or uh, I get offers or whatever it is, right? I don't know yet, so we'll have to see. But um, it's kind of giving me a lot of like grounding of like, okay, like I don't feel out of balance and crazy. I understand that like yeah, like someone else has seen what I see. And I'm like, that's great because oh my god, it's felt like, you know, really tough to keep doing stuff. Um, but yeah, anyway, she also gave me in June and July some circled days of like good days. And what I mean by that is like good days to like, like book plane tickets or like do things that are advancing the goals. So the next one is Sunday, the 14th, and then Monday, the 15th. So I'm like, okay. Um, but anyway, so I've just been talking. Afterwards, so that was until like 4 because it was like 3 hours. There was an hour and a half where I was just listening to my book in the car, um, waiting after I went and got got the money and came back. So there's that. So I came back at like 4. I ate some food. I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had some garlic chicken that I really like at this one place that I eat. So I had steamed vegetables, and garlic chicken, and then uh, came back, found out that the roommates wanted to go out and do stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, the car is like, I forgot to fill up gas yesterday, and so I was like, well, I could come with you guys and go for a walk. So we ended up going to on like a little walk. We did 10,000 steps, so that was cool. And then afterwards, we came back. Oh yeah, we also went to like Trader Joe's and like I didn't even know there was a Trader Joe's near us. I just thought there was only one where I grew up. So that was cool. And they didn't really have anything that I was interested in though, so I was like, fuck, okay. um, there was also this like homeless lady with a kid, and it was really sad, and I was like, I don't really know what to really do to help this person, because she specifically was wanting money, like cash, and I was like, like, I I don't know, I don't have any cash on me, and yeah, it was just like, it just didn't feel right. Like, there was something a little off about this person, where it was like, okay, so I'll just say, sometimes with homeless people, I'll immediately have the like, I should go help this person. And so I'll just do it, regardless of what I need to do to make it happen. I'll just do it. And then sometimes there's this like weird kind of feeling I get, and it has nothing to do with the way they look or the way they interact or anything. It doesn't have to do with any of that at all. It's like totally an intuitive like feeling, where sometimes I'm like, there's something off about this person. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but when I feel that, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to interact. And it's not about like fearing for my safety or anything like that. It's more like, I don't know. It's like I'm being told to just leave the person alone. That's kind of the feeling I get. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know. There was something about, like, the way she kind of handled her baby. It was like, I don't know. There's something wrong about it. I can't put my finger on it specifically. But, like, the interactions I was watching, because we were standing outside waiting for one of the roommates to come out, because we didn't buy anything. So, yeah, just watching the interaction with her and her kid, there was, like, something unsettling about it. And I don't know. And then the, like, one of the employees actually came outside and was like, oh, hey, you can't homeless right in front of the front door. You need to like go out somewhere. And so she decided to like just go across the like road. I say road, but it's the parking lot. So she just walks to like, one of those little like hedge things for like in the parking lots. They have the little like circular little hedge things, and the little curb, and there's some plants there, and then you park next to it. She kind of just stood there. And so she was like kind of in the street. Her and her kid are like kind of in the street a little bit. And I'm like, and she also was very angry. Like there was like a malice that she had towards this employee, like after the employee told her to move. And I was like, whoa, like there's something weird here. And I don't know, like maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just felt really fucking weird about it. And I thought the roommate was picking up on it. Totally not. Like the roommate picked up something else. It was funny, but like yeah. So I was like, okay. So yeah, came back. Also, I forgot that I went to Costco to get more veg and frozen veg, and I found beef tallow, like wagyu beef tallow, for the chips. It was just, potato, wagyu beef tallow, and then salt. Those are the 3 ingredients. So it's like the same thing as the avocado oil, but totally different because obviously, it's beef tallow. So I got one because I was like, while I'm still eating meat, because I don't know, I'm still kind of on the fence about whether or not I'm going to completely cut off meat and go back to vegan. My thought is I worked out a plan with relatively healthy food, so I should do at least a week of it before I decide to just kind of throw it away, because I didn't give it really a fair shot. So I should give it a fair shot before I change things. Because at the end of the day, I'm eating fish, sardines and chicken. Those are the 2 things aside from the standard veg in the morning plus the tofu. So, yeah, I'll just have to see. Also, I've been using AG1 for the past 2 days. My little blender, hand blender, it's been working well. And it's actually not bad once I blend it properly. It's basically just a little sweet flavor with water. Drink it. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of a weird aftertaste. So I just get some extra water and then I'm done. So, but yeah. Other than that, the movie's tomorrow. So I'll be going to watch that with the roommates. The Disclosure movie. Which, by the way, if you've watched it, or if you haven't watched it, I would recommend going and watching it. Even if you're not like a big Alien fan. And the reason I say that, okay, I'm not going to fully recommend it until I actually watch it. But preliminary, like, thoughts before the movie are, not saying it would obviously play out this way because it's still a movie. It's still supposed to be exciting. But some of the base themes in the movie I'll just say it would make sense if they all fit into reality. I'll just say that. So, yeah. Anyway, take it or leave it. I think it's probably worth watching. I'll tell you for sure once I'm done tomorrow. But yeah. So, anyway, overall, really successful day. And oh, I forgot to mention one thing that deeply resonated with me that I understand about myself. She was like, you need to not be alone. Don't do the be alone, hiding in your thing, like hanging out in your room or whatever. She didn't specifically say your room, but like she's like, you need to be with people, interacting in a community and doing stuff. You can't be just, off alone without interactions. So keep connected. And I'm like, okay, like, I agree. So yeah, that's something. She stressed that a lot, like several times. So I'm like, okay, I need to make sure. But yeah, I think that's the whole day. I'll get back to filming more of the like nature walks and whatnot. Probably next week. I did my walk today. I did like an okay walk yesterday. I think I filmed something on Tuesday. What did I do Wednesday? Oh yeah, Wednesday I didn't do fucking shit. Oh no, Wednesday I feel so dumb. No, Wednesday I did the suit fitting thing. So I was literally looking at it. I'm like, I didn't do shit. And I'm like, wait, no, the reason I thought that was because I read my book all day, but I forgot I was traveling the whole time. So it makes sense. Which, by the way, listening to my book while traveling is huge. That's like so big. So yeah. Anyway. Okay. Damn, it's 43 minutes. Okay. I don't feel too bad about it. Obviously, like, I like doing the morning and the evening and, filming, like, me walking. But sometimes it just happens like this throughout the week, so. Alright. Have a good night. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.